welcome to Weekly Talk featuring
Danny,
and
Chris.
yes, sir, Danny and Chris. We are on episode
21.
Fucking one. Yeah, 21. So I'm looking at the computer, and I honestly think that Danny might be onto something with us holding our mics as opposed to them resting in their stands. I don't know if it's going to be a lot louder, but I feel like it is. I feel like you're going to start hearing us a little better. Actually, what I want to do, Danny, is I'm going to go ahead and say something. Something, yeah, she's a smartass. What I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and stop it, and we're going to listen and see how good it sounds, because it looks pretty good on the computer. Not going to lie, we don't look as quiet as we ever do. So I've noticed that you can definitely hear us moving around a little bit. So now we're going to try it without, like, the spit filter or whatever the fuck I call it the booth. I don't know what the proper term is. What is it called, Danny?
I don't know. I just call it whatever you call it.
Yeah, that's right. You call it whatever I call it, because I'm supposed to be the expert, and I am not. So here we are. It is currently Saturday morning. When did we release our last episode?
Tuesday?
Yeah, so we're probably not going to release this on Saturday because we need our last episode to grow a little bit.
A little bit.
So we'll probably release it on, Monday?
Yeah, why not?
So I'd like to say hello to all you people on Monday.
Yeah, hello.
You are talking to Danny and Chris from Saturday, December
16th.
14th, baby. Come on.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Monday.
No, man. Monday's the 16th.
Yeah.
Yeah, why would...
I don't know. I'm so tired.
Listen,
I can't even think straight.
Yeah, she worked last night. But, what I'm saying is they are talking to us as we are in Saturday, December 14th.
Yeah.
All right, so I wanted to open this. Danny knows I've recently got in touch with somebody that I used to look up to. His name is Sergeant First Class Jason Buckler. And he reminded me of something that I used to say all the time in the Army. Do you know what that is, Danny?
No.
What is a common phrase I used to say in the Army? I know I've shared it with you. You might not remember, but I know I've shared it with you. No idea?
Well, can you give me an initial? I don't know.
All right, so it has something to do with sucking.
Okay. I can't help you.
All right, so I used to wake up, and we would go out to, PT at, 6 a.m., and I would be like, all right, guys, let's suck today's dick.
Oh, well, that ain't shit.
Yeah, and he made me, I was like, oh, my God, you know what? I haven't said that. I mean, I say it kind of every now and then, but I haven't said it in a long time because people in the real world don't understand that it's not gay. I mean, even if it was, it wouldn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, so I told Buckler that I'm going to name this episode Sucking Today's Dick.
Okay.
All right, so I want to congratulate him. He is currently promotable to be what, Danny?
First class sergeant? I don't know.
First sergeant.
Chris,
you were very close.
I know. I don't do this.
But you were very close.
First class.
Sergeant.
See, I like that better.
He's a sergeant first class right now.
See, I don't know. Fuck that.
So the next rank would be first sergeant, and then the rank after that would be sergeant major, which he said if he would have taken first sergeant a long time ago, he would probably be at sergeant major right now, and that kind of bums him out.
Yeah, well, shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah, so congratulations, Sergeant Buckler. I hope you, even though you don't want to be promoted, I hope you get promoted.
Yeah.
No, so he was pretty much like my mentor. You know what I mean? Like, I was an E1, or no, I think I was like an E2 or an E3. I was a piece of shit private.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 years with this guy, I became a sergeant. So I thought that, I don't know, it was cool getting in touch with him.
Yeah.
I know I've already told you how I plan to take this episode, but Brittany, it's actually, she's a big fan of the idea of Brittany Ask. So, with that being said, I guess everybody knows what we have next. What is that, Danny?
A voicemail.
Yeah, what? Are you a listener?
I Unfortunately, no, I'm kidding. I am a listener.
Yeah, actually,
and
we are.
I create this podcast, so it's kind of easy.
It turns out that Danny, I don't know if you guys heard me open my soda. That was kind of rude. But Danny and I, we are like our biggest fans, to be honest with you. We listen a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I make her listen to it as soon as we release it, and then I listen to it probably twice that week. Is that weird?
No.
Good. All right, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and move into Brittany's voicemail. And then I actually hit up 216. He's going to try to make us a beat called Brittany Ask. So
Okay.
We'll see how that goes.
You have received a voicemail.
Hey, Danny. Hey, Chris. It's Brittany back again with her weekly question. So I kind of wanted to ask, like, a tough question, but I've really been, like, struggling with what I was going to ask, but I have it. I have my question, so here it is. Facebook groups and Twitter have been off the chain with what it means to be EST, but my question is, if EST members are shaming other EST members, does that truly make them a part of the fam? The reason I ask this is because, like, I've heard MGK, Machine Gun Kelly, ask if, I've heard him say that EST means everyone stands together, and it doesn't mean that you're going to go out and try to find somebody to tear down if they're a part of EST. And so, yeah, that's really what's been on my mind because I've been seeing that a lot around lately, and I just wanted y'all's opinion. So, okay, see y'all next week. Bye.
You know, that's a pretty good question. And I try not to respond. Chris likes to get into the antics of all that stuff, but I try not to respond to the haters and who is more worthy of a fan. I feel like they aren't a part of the EST family. You know, you shouldn't be bashing new fans or who's more of a fan than anyone. You should just be happy that there's new fans that enjoy his music, and you should shut the fuck up.
Oh, yeah.
Just like one of his songs that he sang a long time ago that I still like, and I used to torture Chris all the time when I wanted him to shut the fuck up.
We got the beat, we got the beat, we got the beat.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. Oh, you know what? Shut the fuck up. That was pretty close.
Yeah.
No, I'm with Danny. So she's right. I do like to get into these little antics. So I don't know if you guys are aware, but whenever like I'm on Twitter on the weekly talk page,
That's Chris.
it is me, but I gotta pretend that it's us.
Well, he lets me know what's going on, but I try not to get.
For the most part, I speak for us.
Yeah,
right?
unfortunately.
So, like I posted that video the other day, offering 2 songs to anybody who emails us at WTFDaveandChris@gmail.com. Why Dave and Chris, Danny?
Because we still like Dave.
We still like Dave. But so some people emailed me and some people received them songs. So Poker Face, that is a song that even your like most legit fans may not have heard because it's not like you can't find it. I bet you if I ask Danny right now, hey, Google MGK Poker Face, she won't find it, right, Danny?
I agree.
No, yeah, because we actually tried. You're not going to find it. The reason you're not going to find it is because it's a gem. You know what I mean? Like you're not. So I wanted all these new fans to have it because I don't give a fuck about how long you've been a fan. That's a dumb ass fucking argument.
Yeah.
The end game, the whole like goal is to make MGK a household name. In order to do such, he has to have what, Danny?
Fans.
So the 70 fans who were at Peabody's the very first night that he headlined two locations, I don't think those 70 people are enough to make him a household name.
Right.
I was one of those 70 people. I approve of all you new fans. I want you new fans, and I think it's good that we have new fans. Whether it was Benj, Whether it was the Rap Devil era, whether it was Hotel Diablo, I don't give a fuck what brought you here. I'm just happy you're here. What brought you here, Danny?
You.
Really?
Well, yeah.
I mean, I know that I turned you on to MGK like in a more hard sense, but you didn't know MGK prior to me?
No, I did. And I hated it because the one song that I knew was Wild Boy, and I hate that song. I'm sorry, guys. You might like that song, and that's fine. And I have my own opinion, and it doesn't make me less of a fan. That's just my least favorite song of his.
No, and I'm with you. So it really bothers me that was like his first mainstream song.
Yeah.
And there was actually, I saw a post the other day that said, oh, you hate MGK, but all you know is Wild Boy. Unfortunately, if that was the only song they heard, they're not going to be turned on. Like,
Right.
they're not going to want to venture further.
And that's when Chris showed me his other music, and I fell in love. I said, well, he should get rid of that fucking song and just sing the other songs that he has.
First off, I hate Waka Flocka. He's not a rapper. He's not.
Waka
That's what he is. Remember that song? A, B, C, D, E, F,
I know.
G. Yeah, like, I eat the red crayons because the red one tastes the best. Like, he's not a rapper, dude. He's
annoying.
He's a hype man. He is like Slim G's. He's like Black Abe. You know what I mean? He's the guy on stage that hypes you up whenever the guy who's actually that you're there to see isn't hyping you up.
Yeah.
So no, Danny and I, to answer your question, no. If you bash on anybody, you are not really
Part of the family.
You're not a part of the family. You might be a fan.
That's good and shit, but you shouldn't be bashing other fans. And if you do, then you're not part of the EST family.
If you want to rep everyone standing together, do not make anybody feel isolated. That means on their own. For
100.
people who might not know, that means you're pushing them into a crowd or into a definition of not being a part of EST, which they're trying to be. So that's it. That's pretty much
our
all we got
opinion.
for that one.
And we lost 5 fans right there.
That's cool though. You fought. No, we actually, a lot of people were like, "Holy fuck, this dude." Well, obviously, so here's the deal. I've been a fan since probably before anybody who listens to our show.
Yeah.
I talked to Sergeant Buckler about that because MGK is huge now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Sergeant Buckler said people were talking about Bird Box one time at the unit. And he was like, man, that MGK dude, there used to be this kid named Specialist McCune who turned me on to him in 2008. 2008. That's how long I've been a fan of MGK. That's how long I've been trying to push his music onto other people. It worked, though. I pushed his music onto a lot of people.
Yeah.
So what we have in store for you today, we no emails, unfortunately. And I say that genuinely because it is unfortunate. I like having emails.
Do you want me to go email us real fast?
Nah, you're good. So we I've noticed that like our statistics are starting to move away from YouTube, and they're moving more towards Spotify.
Oh, really?
We're getting a lot of Pandora views. I don't know where from, but all you Pandora users, rock the fuck out. That's cool as shit. And we actually are increasing our Apple views, but not our Apple ratings.
Well, shit.
So if you are an Apple listener, please leave us a 5-star review. That is how we're going to be recognized by, like, other people.
Yeah.
Like, I was reading, if you and I were to receive 15 5-star reviews in 1 week, that will show 100 new people, that we would be suggested to, like, 100 new people. Like, in their algorithm or whatever.
That's pretty cool.
So today, I don't know, I've been really irked by this whole Netflix versus Disney thing. I hate the motherfucking people who are so quick to say Disney Plus is going to destroy Netflix. So I've typed up so much bullshit. Because that's what I do. I text myself what I want to talk about. And I've got a lot of text messages if you would like to see them, Danny.
Yeah, I mean, you can...
So yeah, guys, well, you guys already know the routine. If I say we're going to pause, it's not a pause for you. All right, so while these are being read by Danny, I want to say something about 2020. So I went to go try on some pants that have been sitting in my drawer.
God.
And they just been sitting there, and I know I can't fit them, but I want to know how much I can't fit them by. And I texted Danny that I was pretty much heartbroken. I'm very ashamed of myself. So 2020, there's going to be no excuses. Working a 12-hour day is not an excuse. We're going to work out. What do you think?
About working out?
Every day. You got to. All right, so here's the goal. So I told Sergeant Buckler that I weighed 205. You know what he said? Holy fuck, dude, you put on 70 pounds?
Well, if everyone saw you before that, you were a scrawny little dude.
I now weigh more than Sergeant Buckler, who used to weigh more than me.
Yeah?
So I mean,
I used to weigh more than you, dude.
so it's healthy to weigh more than I did. It's unhealthy to weigh as much as I do.
Yeah, and I'm telling you that was a lot to do with all your eating you're doing.
Well, I told Sergeant Buckler that. He was like, "Dude, what the fuck?" I was like, "Well, after we quit smoking, I had a significant relationship with Little Debbie, and
Yeah.
it's been really hard to break it off, but I'm trying to do that." So yeah, no, I'm pretty sure 2020. I don't want to, I'm not trying to bulk up. I'm not trying to be some kind of like. I just want to lose some weight, man. I don't want to throw away all my jeans.
Yeah.
And my wife, she works out every day. So
For the most part.
and
Other than that, like today I did not because I'm tired.
so we got 2 treadmills. One treadmill you can call not a treadmill.
It's like a walking mill.
It's like, yeah, it's a piece of shit. I ordered it off of Amazon. I should have known then. But what it was she wanted one for her birthday, and I didn't want to drop the cash on a real one, like a big one.
I'm not worth it.
Well, I didn't think that we were going to commit to it.
Mm-hmm.
And we did. Well, one of us did. And so we got her a good treadmill. So whenever the days that she's running, I walk on this, like,
Shitty
the
treadmill.
walk mill, as she said.
Yeah.
Because, and even walking, the thing is so narrow that she will hear me, like, misstep and fall. It's so funny, man. It's stupid. But, no, anybody who feels like they might want to lose some weight or try to get a little more in shape come 2020, I don't care where you're at. You can be in Alabama, you can be Oklahoma, Kansas, wherever the fuck you are. We can do this together. We can make this like a weight loss journey that we're all a part of. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What are your goals? I know you don't want to lose weight because you're
No, I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Girl, you got like a banging body.
I want to be more banging.
Ooh, oh my God, that's all mine.
Oh, shut up.
Get the fuck up out
Shut
of
up.
her. Buckler, well, all right, so we used to call him Bucket, all right? Even like as a private, I was allowed to call him Bucket. I didn't have to call him Sergeant Buckler. So from now on, if you ever hear me talk about Bucket, that is Sergeant Buckler. So, what was I saying? What was I saying, baby?
I don't know.
God damn it, what the fuck was I saying? All right, guys, let me pause it and replay what I was saying. So Bucket, he sent me a text message, and he said that Danny and I have really good chemistry on this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, you know how many compliments like we get on the chemistry?
No.
A lot.
Oh, that's a lot.
I'm wondering, like, why do you think we're so well together?
I don't know, Chris. We've been together for almost 7 years now, so.
I really think we should both just, like, leave our significant others and hook up.
I agree. That would be pretty good.
Yeah, no, I mean, I know that you've always wanted a big belly, and I got a big belly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, no, I like to do this every now and then. I like to pretend that her and I aren't together, and I'll send her a text message, be like, yo, girl, is your man at work tonight? And she'll be like, yeah. I will let me slide through. And she'll be like, all right. But then it's like, it's just me. So then she's like, oh, I don't know who the fuck I said all right to, but it's not the fireman I wanted. So, all right, back to our original, what is that? What did they used to say? Back to the original programming. The TV shows, what they used to say?
I don't remember. It's been.
Back to your original.
Back to your original programming.
I don't
No?
know. No, I don't know.
Well, all right, so we also have a conversation that is pre-recorded with my buddy Ryan. It is about the stock market. It's more or less, it's not really about the stock market. It's about options trading, and it's about how an amateur such as himself was able to figure out a way to make money. But before you go into this, keep in mind it's just like gambling. Do not put up any more than you can lose.
Right.
You did not. All right. So whatever happened there, you did not say right. I did not hear it. They didn't hear it either.
I was stretching. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they probably heard a little bit of it, but Danny, I think we got to buy her a chair because if she had a more comfortable chair, she would not be holding her microphone.
Yeah.
So, did you read everything?
I did. You know what I'm so mad about right now, though?
That I've been griping the whole what?
I sent the stupid ass Christmas card to this Reddit gifts person, and she hasn't posted it yet.
What? Did it make it there?
I would hope so. I don't know. It's snail mail, but I sent it. Like seriously, when did I last work?
I don't know.
It's been a couple days.
Guess what?
What?
I sent Shelly a picture of the gift that you're sending for the MGK exchange.
Mm-hmm.
And I explained to her that it was actually going to be my gift for my person, but my person's so picky. And she's like, holy fuck, that person really missed out. So whoever Danny sends to, dude, you're going to love what's in this tube.
Yeah.
You are. I mean, you're going to fucking love it. I love it. I actually told Danny I didn't want to send it out. And she's like, I knew that's why you fucking bought it. I knew that's why you fucking
You
bought it.
already have one.
I knew that's why you fucking... So then after she said I knew that's why you fucking bought it, I knew right then and there I had to. Because I couldn't let her be like...
Be right?
Yeah. I got those Andrew McMahon autographs the other day. And those are fucking... That dude is talent, man. What do you think of him, Danny?
That McMinn or McMinn?
Yeah, Andrew
The
so
comedian.
close.
No. Who?
So close to giving up.
Oh, that
so
guy.
close to
I mean, he's not bad. I can't remember his name for shit, but...
He's from Jack's Mannequin.
Oh, yeah.
So her and I both like this song by Jack's Mannequin. It's called Dark Blue.
Dark blue, dark blue. And
Have you ever been alone in a crowded room? No, so I sent Bucket some songs by Scrizzly Adams, and he was pretty impressed.
Oh, yeah?
He was not impressed with Andrew McMahon.
Oh.
He does not like any form of EDM.
Mm.
He doesn't really like hip-hop either, I guess. And he's the guy who turned me on to R. Kelly hard, all right?
Well,
I
that's
asked
great.
I asked him, I said, so how you feeling about your boy R. Kelly? And he said, man, what the fuck? So, like Chris D'Elia says, and you knew I was going to bring up him in our episode.
Yep.
It's gonna happen every episode. Every episode, you will hear about 3 of the following people. Elvis Duran, Chris D'Elia, Brooklyn Boys, which those are 2 people, so I guess it's 4. So here's your Chris D'Elia bit. Chris D'Elia says that with like Michael Jackson and R. Kelly, his mindset is that he tries to separate the person from the music.
Mm-hmm.
So the music is great. The person's a piece of shit. And I agree with him. Like, Michael Jackson, that fucking Finding Neverland, that was, what did you, oh my God.
It was a good documentary.
Very
it was
great
fucking
documentary,
great.
but dude, if you have any kind of past related to what Michael Jackson did to these people, it's gonna open up some wounds.
Yeah.
And it does. I mean, it's a pretty heart-wrenching documentary, and it's just so
Crazy.
Yeah. It's crazy that the picture that they paint. It's not just them talking. Like they put it out there pretty fucking real. Now we have not watched the Surviving R. Kelly.
No.
But I have heard that is just as like
Bad.
real. So yeah, I don't know. But even after Finding Neverland, it's still hard to like discredit Pretty Young Thing.
Yeah.
It's hard to discredit like Thriller. I'm a Michael Jackson fan. I like a lot of Michael Jackson. I love Man in the Mirror.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, man. It's really
Billie
hard.
Jean.
It's not my lover. Have you ever heard John LaJoy or John LaJoey? You ever
No.
heard his version? He has a song called "Michael Jackson is Dead," and this guy, he's a satirical. He's a comedian. He's on FX. He does a lot of comedy. But he makes these music songs or videos, and they're pretty offensive if you're a Michael Jackson fan.
Mm-hmm.
But at the very end of Michael Jackson is Dead, he goes, "Billie Jean was not his lover. Of course not. She had a vagina. She was
Oh.
older than 12 years old."
Wow.
Yeah, so he caught a lot of hate on that, but he also got a lot of views. And this was at a time before, like, views really mattered. YouTube actually made him famous. YouTube is the reason he got recognized and put onto that TV show called The League. You ever heard of it?
No.
Well, him and Bo Burnham, I believe, are both on it because of YouTube. And I know you know Bo Burnham because I fuck with him hard.
Yeah, I do know him.
So, yeah, we're pretty much just rambling on, to be honest with you. About the whole, how did we get here from you being mad about your Christmas card?
I don't know, because I was like looking on my email to see if someone posted something yet, and they did not. I'm just a little annoyed because I gave them a Christmas card out of the kindness of my heart, and this bitch this person
This
can
bitch, motherfucker.
thank me so I can get my credit.
This bitch.
Oh, Chris, stop.
You said it, not me.
I didn't mean it like that.
I know.
I'm just, I get upset.
If you aren't a fan of Reddit GIFs, and I know it sounds like I'm saying GIF, I don't know how to say GIFs. Like, I don't know how to say gift. You know what I mean? That's a really hard word to say.
Yeah.
Try it, Danny.
Gifts.
Yep.
I say gifts.
It sounds like you're saying
Gifts.
Gifts. Gifts.
Gifts.
Gifts. If you can
Okay.
say gift, and make it sound better than gifts, go ahead and call us at 859-444-4641. You will be on the podcast. I promise you that. If you can say gifts,
And we don't need the
it's so fucking dumb. I hate that fucking word, man. I hate a lot of words, but that one in particular, because I already have like a minor lisp. So gifts, the fuck up out of here. So there's a guy named Rob. We talked about him last episode. Do you remember me talking about him, Danny? He's the guy who he posts these funny ass tweets.
Yeah.
And that one last week did crack me up, man. About the I only call women beautiful. What?
Oh.
What just happened?
I don't know what happened.
What's going on here?
I don't know.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
What up?
What up?
I don't think I'm recording.
What do you mean?
Hold on. Well, it turns out that maybe nothing happened there. It sounded like something happened. I don't know how you feel about it, but did it sound like something happened, Danny?
No.
In your head, it didn't. In your thing, it didn't sound like anything happened.
No.
Really?
Really.
Don't fuck with me, dude.
That's why I asked you what.
Do not fuck with me.
Okay.
All right. So I hit up this Rob, and I said to him that I want to pick one of his tweets each week, one of his funny tweets that crack me up, and I want to say that tweet on our whatchamacallit, on our podcast, this thing that we're doing right now. So I picked a tweet, and I want to know. I didn't tell Danny about it, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it anyway. So here we go. All right.
Okay.
This is from Rob. It says, "Guys, we need to talk about the serious issue here. No one told me how much it sucks blowing your nose when you're sick and have a hoop piercing." Think about it. Think about it. I don't have a hoop piercing in my nose. I don't have a piercing in my nose. But could you imagine blowing your nose?
Nope.
when you-
I'd have to take it out.
Yeah. I feel like I would. I feel like it would be rough. I don't
Yeah.
like, cause I got some pretty big bugs, dude. I'm not gonna lie. They would not get past that bitch. What do you think about the game saying that MGK beat Eminem with that beef?
I mean, I kind of agree with him, but I know you were like some type of way.
No, you know what? If the game's gonna say he won, I feel the game's got some credibility. He's not just a nobody. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have to say, all right. So what he said was, it's like watching a long back boxing match, right?
Yeah.
And it's like seeing all these, like it's gonna be a technical win. It's not like he won by points. So when the referee says, and your winner is
Machine Gun Kelly!
and then the crowd is like, boo, boo, Eminem won, boo. Well, unfortunately, the sad truth is that MGK won, and you stands need to just accept it, is pretty much what the game is saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a stan no more. I never said MGK lost. So let's just get that clear.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to respect his opinion. He's been in a game for a long time. So
That's why he's the game.
well, I haven't figured out why he's called the game.
Me either.
But I do know that he had I think he had maybe it might have been a platinum album. His debut album was platinum. I know it had hate it or love it, the underdog's on top. And I'm gonna shine, homie, until my heart stop. Go ahead and envy me. I'm rap's MVP, and I ain't go nowhere, so you can get to know me.
Thank you.
I used to be a rapper.
Oh, okay.
They signed me to Special Ed Records. I'm fucking with you. And I'm not making fun of anybody. Let's not take that and run with it. That's fucking. I know that's what people do. They'll fucking pinpoint one thing and try to run with it like it. Yeah, fuck y'all. Go ahead and suck today's dick, bitches. All right, so we're gonna talk about this shit, Danny.
Yeah,
All right, I know.
Whenever you're ready.
Dude, I have totally been wasting time.
Yeah, you have.
Well, how was your night?
My night?
Yeah.
It was long.
How long was it?
It felt like 13
Now,
hours.
I want you guys. All right, so before she goes into how long her night was,
She was a motherfucking boss bitch last night.
Chris,
what?
enough.
Weren't you?
I was in charge, but that does not make me a boss.
Bitch?
Christopher?
What? Oh, because the B word.
No.
Oh, because of the bragging.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
my
don't brag
bad.
around here.
My bad. We ain't bragging.
And it is not a brag-worthy thing to be in charge. I hate being in charge.
I know she does. Because, well, check this. All right, so typically, if she gets to lunch, which is pretty rare anyway, if she gets to lunch, it's at 1 a.m. When she's in charge, that shit is between 3 and never.
Yeah.
But I got it. I got a phone call at 3, so that was kind of cool. She actually FaceTimed me.
You FaceTime me first.
Well, I mean, I might have hit the button by accident, but she accepted.
Did you hit it on accident?
She accepted on purpose.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, because she wanted to see my pretty face.
I did.
You know, somebody asked us if they could actually see who we are.
No.
They want to know what do we look like behind the voice?
I mean,
I'll say, if you're expecting anything attractive, you might as well look at Danny and not.
oh my God.
Well, I mean, we both got pretty faces.
You got a pretty face.
I got freckles out the yin yang.
Mhm.
She has these glasses that make her look like super fucking hot. Sometimes she has like, is your hair naturally curly? I want to say it is.
It's more of a
Like,
wave.
It's like in the middle, yeah.
Mhm.
So when she has her hair straightened, yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll have her hair straightened. We'll have her do her makeup. We'll have her wear her glasses, and then we'll let you see what she looks like. But realistically, those pictures on our like cover photo, like the little thumbnail, that's pretty much on point. I mean, I think that looks pretty much just like us.
Yeah.
I mean, if they made a cartoon about us, that would probably be the photos. All right, so let's get into this. Justin Bieber has announced that he's going to put out an album in 2020. Admit it or not, which you're probably not going to admit it, but everybody in the world was jamming out to Is It Too Late to Say I'm Sorry? Or Where Are You Now That I Need You?
Baby, baby, baby. Oh.
Well, they weren't jamming out to that in 2017.
I know.
But they were jamming out to For All the Times You Rain on My Parade or some shit like that.
God.
Well, I don't even remember how that song goes.
I hated that
but
song.
I actually fell for that whole CD. That made me a believer. And I believe that 2020 will be, he'll probably have like Album of the Year. Only because he hasn't been out for such a long time.
Yeah.
And he's highly anticipated. But then again, Macklemore hasn't been around for a long time, and he's been highly anticipated. Tom McDonald put out a song yesterday.
Oh, did he?
Wasn't bad. Wasn't bad at all. He's pretty much trying to say that he's in his own lane, and he's trying to be tired of being compared to other shit. But then he said some shit like this. He said, I'm not Macklemore, Asher Roth, Logic, or Lil Dicky. If anybody's ever compared him to Logic or Lil Dicky, that is a fucking compliment.
Yeah.
You are nowhere near the level that either of those two artists are on.
I agree.
So that kind of bummed me out, but the rest of the song, not bad. I'll give him credit. Piece of shit. All right. Personally, I don't like the guy as a person. Him and his girlfriend do some really good work together, though.
Yeah.
Her name is Nova Rockefeller. I've looked into her. She was actually a rapper at one point in time. But she does all of his video production, and that's pretty good shit.
Yeah.
She does really good videos. So, yeah, keep that up. That's a pretty good couple. They might be a force to reckon with one day. Not now, but one day.
Yeah.
All right, so back to this Netflix thing. So, we've all seen Orange is the New Black, right?
I have.
Yeah, I guess not all of us. So, you remember at the very, I don't even want to say it was the end, but the final season, there was this immigrant hotline number.
Yeah.
Did you read about that at all?
I did not read about it. I didn't know if that was true or not about them, like, was it blocking the number or I don't remember.
ICE is now being sued because they ended that hotline. They just put an end to the hotline.
Oh.
So I want to say it's probably definitely some civil rights activists who are suing them, which is fine. Do it. Sue the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
We all know where we stand on politics. We don't need to get into it, but I'm not for deportation.
No, me either.
It's just not. That's not me. So we're gonna move on to the next thing. This is the only good thing we would say about Disney Plus throughout this whole episode. Okay. There's a scientific reason that everybody is obsessed with Baby Yoda.
'Cause he's cute.
Yes, because he's cute. But do you know why? What it is about his cuteness?
For me, it's his eyes and his little ears, and
Okay,
he just looks
you're
like
in
a
the right
little
direction.
baby.
So, scientists have said that he has all of the physical attributes that we typically assign with cuteness. He has, like she said, the big eyes, the small nose, the chubby cheeks, and the cute ears. All four of those combined make him a super lovable character.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so he is in Star Wars, correct?
Yeah, I mean the regular ass Yoda.
Well, whatever the fuck Baby Yoda's in, it's a Disney Plus thing. So congratulations, you have this little cute guy, but you're about to be shit on, okay? All right. So where do you want me to take this, Danny? Do you want me to just go?
Yeah, keep going.
So first off, there's a show on Netflix called Atypical, okay?
Okay.
It's about an autistic kid who's ready to start dating in, I think, high school.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is a show that I want you and I to watch together, all right? And we are going to watch it together. So I want everybody else out there to check it out because it's got my boy, what the fuck is his name? Oh, Rappaport.
Michael Rappaport?
Yeah, Michael Rappaport. I didn't even know he was in it. I would have checked it out a lot sooner because it's on 3 seasons now. But so that's a good thing that Netflix has. So here we go. Netflix is fucking ridiculous. I mean, it's ridiculous. Do you have any idea the amount of content that they have?
They probably have like hundreds of thousands.
Now, the price might be, I think the price is $8 higher than Disney Plus. But like you just said, Disney Plus don't have shit, man. I mean, they have a lot of content, but not what Netflix has.
Right.
Netflix has fucking 10 to 12 years of content. I get that Disney owns everything. They
You know
own
it's crazy.
what?
Can you imagine, like, I remember the days when Netflix was a joke. Like, you got Netflix because you couldn't afford anything, but
Hey, no.
no, I'm being serious. Hold on.
I got Netflix so I can rent
Hold on.
DVDs that came to my house.
Okay, well, I got Netflix because you can't afford anything else. You can't afford cable and stuff. And they had so many either, like, old-ass movies
B-rated shitty.
or
like for their
B-rated,
streaming?
like, yes. And there was no such thing as original content.
No, I think like
It was a horrible streaming service.
I think that like Orange is the New Black was one of their like first successful original contents. I don't know what their earliest one was.
They came a long way.
You're right. It is crazy to think that like this company that I only wanted to rent DVDs from, because the idea back then it was you can get a DVD, you can get up to 3 DVDs at a time, keep them as long as you want, send them back.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's before the streaming. Before they had like an app, that's what Netflix was. All right. So as time developed, they were the pioneer of streaming videos. The Blockbuster actually tried to compete with them at one point in time because Blockbuster knew what was going to go on. And Blockbuster had a streaming app, but it wasn't Netflix.
Right.
It couldn't. Just the user friendliness of it was not Netflix. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Netflix really hasn't changed much as far as scrolling through what you want to watch. All they've changed is
the content.
The content, like,
which is way better.
They used to have What's Eating Gilbert Grape, and now they have fucking badass shit. What's Eating Gilbert Grape? Do you remember Andrew Frederick by chance?
We know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my buddy Freddie. So he he looks like Leonardo DiCaprio, but Leonardo DiCaprio played a mentally handicapped person in What's Eating Gilbert Grape, and that's what Frederick used to remind me of. So anytime I would see Frederick, I'd be like, Gilbert, what's wrong? And it's just a little running joke, so I thought that was funny. But no, you're right. Netflix it's come a far way. They are, what would you say? Like they are the founding father.
They're pioneers.
Yeah, they created what we now see as streaming. They created binge.
Yeah,
they created the binge watching era.
I agree.
And that's the force to be reckoned with. They are the reason why you don't want to wait until next week. Or whatever it is. Whatever, I don't know. And then, like you said, they started getting all these, they started getting series of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when shit started, really turning for them. That's when, they realized, fuck, we're onto something. And they fucking capitalized. I don't care. The highest I think I would pay for Netflix in a realistic tone, I would go up to $30.
Yeah.
And I know that seems like a lot, but think about what your fucking cable bill was.
Oh, ours was ridiculous.
Yeah. So if I'm at $30 for Netflix and I got to get rid of everything else, I don't think I'd be too upset. I really don't. I was talking to Ryan last night. That's who you guys are going to hear on the stocks here in a little bit. But I asked him, I was like, do you have cable? And you know what he said?
What?
Cable is for the baby boomers, man.
Oh.
So he's pretty much saying cable is for people who don't understand streaming.
Yeah.
I believe it. I see it. Cable is dead.
Yeah, I just don't like paying for it. And the commercials are annoying, and there ain't nothing good on that freaking television.
Not to be a dick, but once all the older generation is gone, cable is dead.
Well, maybe.
How many people in your circle have cable?
0.
Correct. All right. So I went into detail on just what Netflix has, just to show you that Disney's not going to end it, all right? So Netflix, recently put out The Irishman, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I understand that it was a 3.5-hour long movie, but it was a highly anticipated movie.
Yeah, and it was actually a really good movie.
Well, I've watched it 1.5 times, so because it's 3.5 hours, it's really hard to get through 2 full. So I've watched it 1.5 times, and you want to hear the story of Jimmy Hoffa as told by Frank Sheeran, this is what you want. It is other than some of the shoddy CGI, because I mean, it was some of those people, like whenever they tried to make them look younger, they actually looked older than. So I mean, I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. But just like Bird Box, it set records for how many people watched this shit within a 24-hour period.
Yeah.
And that's Netflix. That's not Disney. So like I was saying, man, they got just all right. We got In the Shadow of the Moon. This is a movie, okay? What? No, actually, no. It is a movie, or maybe it's a series. Danny and I haven't checked it out. It's on my It's on my watch list. It looks fucking amazing. I can't really go into detail of what it looks like because all right. So it's about this girl who gets killed, but then comes back like 7 years later, and I think that they found like a glitch in like a time warp.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I really know. So they got that. They got Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude? If Disney had Umbrella Academy, they might be. I mean, Disney's not horrible, but they're not going to put them out because Umbrella Academy is a really good show.
Yeah, it is.
We got V Wars, which is new. It kind of makes me think of like True Blood, but more modernized. We got Ferris Bueller's Daybreak, not Ferris Bueller's Day. No, I'm just joking. It is it's called Daybreak, but it stars your one and only Matthew Broderick, aka Ferris Bueller. This is the company that everybody was saying Disney Plus is gonna end.
Yeah. Okay.
Fuck out of here with that shit for sure. Mm-hmm. Disney might have Marvel and Star Wars.
That's fine.
But Netflix has a whole line of original shows and movies that it can't be beaten by Disney. Netflix is in its own lane. Mm-hmm. Just as many people who were talking about Avengers Endgame were talking about Stranger Things. You know what I mean? Like, Stranger Things is a Netflix show. Stranger Things is a show that so many companies passed up and Netflix capitalized on. I mean, that's like, Stranger Things is like pop culture fucking...
Yeah, they have a lot going on with that.
It's ridiculous how much Stranger Things has made. Mm-hmm. The money that show can generate is just... dumb. It's dumb. Let's see here. I know that there are so many people who think that Disney Plus will demolish Netflix, but Netflix isn't just for adults either, okay? So, some of these people who have kids, Netflix has a lot of children's shows, correct?
Yeah, they do.
What do you think of them? As far as, like, what the quality looks like. We haven't watched any, but I know we've seen, like, trailers.
I mean, some of them are good, but I don't know. I can't really give a good opinion on it because I don't watch a bunch of baby movies and TV shows. And
like we were saying, that $8 more is because of the library. It's because of the content. It's so much. It's more than you can even imagine. You got Insatiable, Wanderlust, Undercover, Shadow, Raising Dion, which is something that Danny and I are definitely going to start watching. That's a little bad. It's about this little kid who's about to be like, what is it? Like he's a superhero, and he's trying to discover his superpowers. So that's a pretty badass show. I'm not going to lie. I started watching it, and I'm going to restart it because...
I was going to say, dude.
What did we just finish? That Confession Killer?
Yeah.
You're...
Sorry, I'm itching my nose.
All right. That's why we need to get you a fucking chair. Because look at that. I can itch my nose and people can still hear me.
Okay.
Not trying. All right. So, Black Mirror. Netflix. Mindhunter. Netflix. You. Which, do you remember that? Do you remember You? All right. Remember that librarian who...
Oh, God. I forgot about that. Did we finish
We
that?
have not finished that. We are on episode 9.
Oh, my God.
We have 2 more episodes, which we are going to finish before December 26th because that's when season 2 comes out.
Well, good, because then I won't have to wait very long.
That is awesome because, all right, so it's about this librarian who gets obsessed with one of these, because it's like a bookstore too, all right? So this girl buys a book, and because of her credit card information that she paid with, he was able to, like, find her on, like, Facebook or some shit, and he stalked her, and then he found a way to input himself into her life.
Yeah, he imposed himself into her life.
But they became a couple.
Yeah, but don't give it away.
Yeah, no, I can't give it away. You guys, man, That is one for anybody listening. That is one
You
to
should watch that because that shit was creeping me
You
the fuck
will.
out.
It is binge-worthy. They're hour-long episodes.
That's why we kind of stopped.
That's why it's hard to, because her and I,
But they're so good, you don't even notice it's an hour.
Man, we should have put them Hot Pockets up in that
Oh
motherfucking
yeah.
oven.
Well, we probably will just shut it off.
Shit, honestly, we should probably just put them bitches in the microwave.
Yeah.
All right, so you got that. You got Secret City, which is kind of cool. It's a government type show. Well, not government, like whatever. You know what I mean. But the fucking list of binge-worthy shit it just goes on forever.
Yeah.
It goes on forever. And then you got your documentaries.
Which are crazy. Some of them are pretty good too.
Documentaries and your docuseries. You can't. If you're not a fan of Netflix, you're not an open-minded person. You're stuck on Disney or Fox, or you're stuck on hate. You're stuck on trying to hate on Netflix. And there's people at work who constantly tell me, "Oh yeah, Disney Plus, Disney Plus."
We don't care what other people at work have to say.
So here's what I'm saying. Here's what I got to say. All right. I'm done with this conversation. I'm done with the Disney's gonna end Netflix because it's just not gonna happen.
I'm done with this conversation too.
We know that it's not gonna happen. There's several shows right now that I have to watch with my wife because they're that good.
Do you have to though?
Yes, I have to watch them with my wife because I want to talk to her about these shows.
Baby, you're talking means you're just going to tell me.
Well, let's not forget this. Before we end the Netflix conversation, Netflix is the only reason that Marvel can claim they have TV shows worthy of beating DC's TV shows.
Yeah.
Let's be real. DC's TV shows fucking are amazing. The Flash, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Netflix made The Punisher.
Yeah.
Okay? Disney didn't do that. That was Netflix.
Yep.
So, good luck with all that shit, Disney, because Netflix is why Marvel shows were worth the fuck. All right, Danny. Yeah, this is pretty much just a rant, honestly.
Yeah, I guess this is our rant for the week.
So we are actually going to go into this little conversation with Ryan. He's going to give you his input on being an amateur trying to step into options trading.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have that. And then after that conversation, Danny and I are going to give you guys our Today I Learned, and then we're going to peace out because this is kind of long. All right?
All right.
Sound good, Danny?
Sounds great.
Because I could see you down there getting annoyed with me. I see you. Don't think I'm not looking.
You're not looking at me.
I'm always looking, girl.
Okay.
I'm always checking her out. So I'm sitting here with a buddy of mine. Over the past couple weeks, we've been talking about maybe trying to get him to come on and talk about his stock endeavors. So I would like to give a nice, warm welcome to a good friend of mine. His name is Ryan Silbach. Can I get that drum roll, please?
Hey, this is Ryan. I've been messing around with stocks for probably like the last year and a half. I've been focusing on.
Hold on. So you're kind of breaking up. Did you say Cox?
Fuck you.
Cox or stocks? No, I'm just fucking with you. So you've been doing it for probably since you and I a couple years ago, that Bitcoin trend. Is that how long you've been fucking with stocks?
Yeah, that's kind of what got me interested in it. That and the whole trade war thing, because it like, I don't know, it seems so interesting. Like, I don't know, I really wanted more information on it. And the deeper I dove into that and learning about Bitcoin and all of that, I kind of came around to actual stocks.
How old are you?
Which is very interesting. 24.
Do you have a background at all in related to this?
No.
So this is you're just straight up an amateur who decided to do some research.
Yeah, I picked it up as a hobby. I really didn't get serious with it for like the first few months. I actually got a tip. I got a tip off somebody, and they told me about the pot stocks because that was getting, it was getting real popular. Somebody told me about pot stocks. So I looked into it a little bit. I think I threw, like, I didn't know what I was
Is-
doing, but they told me that it was a for sure thing.
Is
So I
this like
threw
some
like a
Martha
grand at it.
Stewart tip, or what is this?
No. This was my brother. My brother told me about the pot stocks hitting the U.S. stock market. He told me that it would be smart to hit them now while they're building hype and then sell it off, and he pretty much told me that it was like a for sure thing. So I kind of like bit onto it and hopped on, and I'm pretty happy I did, because that like drove me into, wanting to find out more information about stocks, and it became more of a hobby after that, because I realized I could actually like pay rent with this shit, know?
Right. So the reason I even brought you on here is you and I have been talking about it. I've tried to learn it not too long ago, and you've hooked me up with some valuable information. But like I don't foresee myself having the success rate that you've had. So your story kind of impressed me. So I know it wasn't your very first like endeavor, but I remember hearing about how you turned $16 into like, what was it, like 1,200, maybe 1,100.
Yeah, that was over a period of a couple weeks, and that was 3 different positions that I took up.
Let me interrupt you, actually. So you said that you've started fucking with it hardcore because you can see yourself paying rent with this. Have you actually used your stocks to actually, pay your bills?
Yeah, that month that I took off, like June, July range, when I was at the hospital, and I actually ended up, because if you put forth the effort to research and everything, then I mean, it's all to gain. I mean, as long as as long as you're like confident in what you're going for, and you've done as much research on the company as you can, which way it's heading, and you see like a big dip or a big jump maybe, then that's where options really come in handy. And June, July, I want to say, I can't remember what month it was, but I missed like a whole month of work. I know I had 2 weeks of vacation time, but I had so much going on that month, and I still had to pay all my bills. I ended up making 500 or 600 off of Apple calls, and that's what ended up paying my rent that
Now,
month.
can you explain to people what Apple calls means?
So it's a contract between, so somebody has to write this contract, and they're writing this contract, and I'm buying this contract saying that I have the right to purchase 100 shares at a specific strike price by a certain date. And these contracts carry a market value, right? Because say I buy an Apple contract and it says I will buy 100 shares of Apple for $200 a piece by 12/20. That wasn't the contract I was using, obviously, but right now, I mean, if I would have bought a contract like that back then in June, July, then that would be worth probably a couple grand, because Apple right now sells at $271 a share. But then the writer of that contract would have to sell me 100 shares at $200 a share, meaning my profit is almost $70 a share. So that's 70 times 100, which would be my profit if I held to expiration. But I don't typically hold to expiration. What I like to do is I'll buy it at market value today, and then say 2 weeks from now, when it gets closer to my target price. I mean, this is after I've done my research. I'll buy the contract, and then I'll sell it maybe a week, 2 weeks before expiration, because I don't really want to buy the shares. I just want to flip that contract and get a nice premium out of it.
So what happens if it expires?
So if you don't have the funds to pay for the shares that your contract is tied to, like if it was Apple, if I didn't have, what's 271 times 100? That's like 27 grand, I think. 2,700 around there. Fucking, yeah, that's 27 grand. So if I didn't have 27 grand in my account, instead of them
Yeah, because everybody
charging me
has
that, right, you know, so instead of charging me that and forcing me to take the Apple shares, there's so many other traders out there that it'll end up getting sold as soon as market close on expiration date. That contract will go to the highest bidder, and then that's what I'll get paid if I cannot afford to exercise the contract.
All right.
Typically, I would never exercise, though.
So, anybody listening, all right, Ryan already said he is 100% amateur. Can you explain exercise, put, call? What are all these terms to you? In a raw, basic rundown for like the layman's terms, what are these meaning?
So to exercise a contract, so a contract states that you have the right but not the obligation to purchase 100 shares at the strike price by the expiration. So if I exercise this contract, then the writer gets assigned. That means he's assigned to sell me 100 shares. That means I exercise my contract. I'm getting the 100 shares. You can exercise the contract early if you want. That would be a poor, I don't know. I can't think of an instance that would be a good idea, but it's possible you can do that if you want. Exercising is pretty much going through with the contract and buying the 100 shares off the person at the strike. And a call is a contract that you're betting the company is going to go up in price. So the strike is up. And a put contract is you betting that the price of the share or the price of the equity is going to go down.
All right.
Now it seems like it's like the way that kind of paints it out is it's kind of like roulette where it's black or red, right? But there's so many different ways you could tie this around. Like there's so many different strategies to where you can do like debit spreads. There's so many ways you could profit off of options trading that it's not like, I think this stock is going up or I think it's going down. You could profit off of so many different ways.
So anybody listening right now, all right, so you don't have to actually buy the stock in order to make money in stocks, right?
No.
And that's what
I
you're
like
doing.
to focus
You're not a stock owner. You are what would you call yourself?
Options trader.
Options trader. That's the term that they use?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if I wanted to purchase an actual, a set amount of stocks, I would come to you, correct? Or no?
What was that?
If I wanted to purchase...
No, that's a broker.
All right. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I am. I was listening to something else. I can hear my baby crying.
Oh, your baby's crying, huh? Everything cool?
Yeah, Shelby's out there. I could just hear it.
Yeah, that's right. You tell her to take care of her job. And I'm joking. How's being a father?
I would never. Interesting. Interesting, very interesting. My world 180, that's for sure.
Now, everybody listening, this is the guy that I mentioned, I think last week. I said I was pretty proud of him going to stand in Black Friday lines, but not for, like, a TV. What were you standing in line for that one year?
Oh, badass baby monitor.
Badass baby monitors.
Night vision? Oh, yeah.
Did you get them?
It's got this audio. Oh, fuck yeah. And the audio is really loud, crisp, so Shelby can hear it. She's deaf, so she can hear very well. That was a pretty big pushing point for me.
Shelby can hear it?
Yeah.
No shit.
So
That's
it works
cool.
out really well.
That's cool. Maybe you can play my podcast over that. All right, so back to the stocks. What do you think that what can you share with somebody who thinks that they want to get into what you're doing?
Pretty much that it doesn't. A lot of people seem like it's it's intimidating almost, but it's really not.
I think the
You
intimidation
don't need.
comes from. I think you were just about to say. I think I cut you off. The intimidation comes from how
You
much
need
money.
money?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't. You really, really don't. I mean, I went. It took. I can't remember. If I looked at my portfolio, I'd actually be able to figure out how long it took me to grow that 16 into wherever I was. But I mean, as long as you're doing your research, it's not all that hard. You don't have to put $1,000 into a position to get 1,500 back, however much growth you're looking at. That $16 position, I believe that ended up making me close to, I can't remember if it was close to 200 or 250. I can't remember what my spread was. That was a debit spread. That was actually a put debit spread. And that's a more affordable strategy because it requires even less capital. And the upside to spreads is your loss is completely like it's low. My maximum loss in that position was $16, but my maximum gain in that position, I believe, was $250 or $500. I can't remember what my spread was. I can't remember if I had a $5 spread or a $250 spread. But the main detail there is that spreads they require low capital to do. It's a very low risk trade, and you can actually get a decent reward out of it.
So fuck. What was I just gonna say? So like, is it like gambling? Is it like if you have the mindset of this is how much I can lose, you'll be all right?
Now, see, that's something I kind of fucked myself when I first started getting into options trading. So when I first learned, I did all my research. I charted things out. I looked at different indicators. Like I went the whole 9 yards before I even considered placing a trade. Now I still do that, but I kind of base my trades now off of standard deviations. How much, because I've been watching most of these stocks for almost a year and a half now. I know I have a very good idea of how much a stock is going to move based on its headline. It's a standard deviation. So say like Microsoft, for example. On a good day, Microsoft is going to move, say, 50 to 60 cents, right? Tesla, if I was watching Tesla or if I was trying to make a bet on Tesla, I know that they're going to move maybe $5 to $6. Maybe that's their standard deviation, right? So when a good headline drops and I see it's only moved $1, $1.50 so far, then I would place a trade. Now, you do kind of get into a gambling mindset. I fucked myself over when I first started because instead of doing all the research or looking at graphs before I charted things out, I was kind of like looking around online, seeing people talk good about this company, and then I would just go in and make a trade. That's not the way you want to do it. You don't want to take your trade advice from somebody else. You want to try and conjure up your own plan, your own take profit points. You want to kind of make a target price for yourself. Like as soon as this stock hits this price, then I'm going to sell. That would really take back on you waiting for it to hit that. That would really take back on you getting your profit up to a certain point and then watching it slowly dread away.
So like, so what you're saying is I don't want to do what you're doing.
Well, you don't want to look at it as a gambling point. If you go online and say you look at, because I look at a lot of different forums for stocks, and people will post stupid shit, and it's kind of it's not market manipulation really, because these people aren't anybody. But say somebody posts on StockTwits saying AMD is going to $45. Now they're probably posting that, so somebody sees that and they're like, oh hey, that's a good idea.
Oh,
I'm
so
gonna
they're
buy
hoping
AMD
that people
based
buy
off of
it.
this post. Right. As long as you're not taking your advice from there and you're coming up with it on your own, they're your own, like you're spotting these raises or dips, whatever you're looking for. As long as you do it on your own, you could be confident enough to take up a position and not be too detached from your money that you just kind of let it go, or you'll be confident enough to get a good standing of what you're doing. You know what I mean? You don't want to just bet on green because the market's green opening up today. You don't want to bet. You don't want to place call options just because Dow is up 100 points, because anything can still happen with that company. There are a lot of people that play it like roulette.
Have you lost any money in the market?
Yeah, when I first started learning it, I believe I lost like $400 or $500 because I started like gambling with it. Instead of like actually researching, I would just kind of open up my trading app, and I would just kind of guess and be like, oh well, this looks low, and I would buy call contracts for that, or I would be like, oh, that's too high. It was rather stupid. It was very, very stupid how I lost. I think I broke my portfolio completely that first time, and that really sucked. But it was a very good learning lesson, because I came around to that maybe like 3 to 4 months ago, where I was getting on my trading app and I was looking for something to trade, and I realized, I was like, man, this is how I lost money last time. You can't do that. You can't just get on and look for a trade like that. You got to do your research. You got to make your trade based on what's happening, not what you think is going to happen or what you want to happen. My biggest problem was a lot of these things I was thinking were going to happen, like recessions or, stupid shit like that. So I was wasting a lot of money buying into gold, or I was buying puts on SPY. I was just doing really stupid trades because there's always people posting about a recession coming, and that's never going to go away.
So right now, you're saying that you shouldn't invest into the stock market until you have fully done your research and you are confident in what you're doing.
Yes, but half and half. Like if I didn't learn my lesson, if I didn't learn that lesson then I would have eventually learned that lesson where I got too confident and I got too cocky, and I just kind of thought I knew what was going to happen. You shouldn't think about it like that. You can always do more research. You can always be more confident on a trade, but you don't want to get over cocky. You know what I mean? You don't want to get overconfident and make a trade because of something that you want to happen.
Are there any like guides or tutorials or anything for somebody who feels like they might want to start?
There are so many free ways to learn about stock options. It's ridiculous. There's a site that I still go back to this day for different strategies, and so once in a while I'll learn a different strategy, just not because I want to use it, but just to kind of open up my playbook, right? This site's called optionsplaybook.com. It's a very, very cool site, and they give you all your basics right there, and they even go in depth to explain what the Greeks are, which a lot of videos you look at won't really explain that. They'll explain where the value of your contract is. They'll tell you history on it. That is the best spot I've gone to learn about options trading so far. YouTube is another very good platform, but you can learn almost anything off YouTube.
So,
There's
all right,
tutorials for everything there.
before we hop off this conversation, what is it that you would say to a brand new, never touched anything in the market person?
Do your research or prepare to pay for a lesson. With that, I am Ryan Sobot, and this was my weekly talk.
Fuck yeah, it was your weekly talk. All right, man, we're gonna hop off here then. Say later.
Right on. I'll catch you later.
Ooh, man, I know you all heard that drum roll. That was pretty dope, wasn't it, Danny? Ooh, that was dope. That was me. I did that shit. Oh, yeah. I'm figuring this podcasting shit out. We getting better. You progress with time, baby. That's how you do it. We getting better. So now we're going to move into our Today I Learned. Have you found yours yet, Danny? Oh, did you really? No way. No, I can't hear you.
I just turned off. I had my stupid mic off.
Yeah, because you're fucking laying on the ground.
Chris, I have to.
We got to get you a fucking chair, dude.
Because I'm not laying on that stupid ass bench
We
anymore.
got to get you a motherfucking chair.
You do. Because I'm not laying on it. I'm not sitting on it.
What do you want? What kind of chair you want?
I want my own chair. I don't
I
want
know
to share
you want
one.
your own chair.
Because
Oh, dude, let's just get 2 office chairs.
I think so.
I think so.
And I want a footrest.
I want a badass one. What, you need an ottoman, dude?
Yeah, I need like a full-blown, like...
What, you want me to... All right, so we're going to get a chair where I mount your fucking microphone like to the wall or some shit, dude?
Yeah. Yeah.
We can do that. I can get you a longer arm for your microphone.
Mm-hmm.
I never told you that before. I always told you to lean in. But we can probably get you... we can probably get you a longer arm for your microphone. I guess it's kind of fucked up that I told you to lean in. Because you're not really supposed to sit the way that I'm sitting at this thing.
No, because it hurts your back.
It hurts your back.
And that's why I'm laying on mine.
It's hurting my back like a motherfucker.
Okay. So my Today I Learned is I never knew this. Like, we go to the movie theaters a lot. And
No, we don't.
We have two.
Listen, all right, so anytime
We go a lot, way more than I like to go.
Yeah, and when we go, it's because I'm begging, dude. I'm begging. Oh, come on, baby. Come on. But listen to this. She will talk about, we're in the theaters, right? And she will fucking see a trailer. She's like, oh, I wouldn't mind seeing that. How the fuck we going to see it if you don't want to go to the theater?
When
Now,
it comes out.
She does like Cinemark. If I bought nothing but Cinemark tickets, she would go.
Anyways.
Yep.
I did not know that trailers used to come after the movie. That is why it's called a trailer.
I don't get it.
Because it trails the movie.
Oh.
But people kept leaving after the movie was over. They didn't watch the trailers. No shit.
No way.
Why would we watch those? So now they're in the beginning.
What the fuck?
Yep.
Get the fuck out of here.
Serious.
When did you find that Today I Learned?
Like today.
No way. All right, so then since yours is about movies, so I'll make mine about movies too, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Today I learned the movie set for the Titanic. Oh, wait, shit, not the Titanic.
Not the Titanic. It's just called Titanic.
So today I learned the movie set for Titanic only had the starboard side of the ship built, but Titanic departed port side. The departure scenes were flipped in post-production. This meant that everything from lettering to the buttons on costumes had to be backwards during film. What the fuck?
That's kind of crazy.
That shouldn't even be a Today I Learned. That should be a fucking...
What the fuck I learned.
Well, what the fuck was... Isn't there another subreddit called, like, movie details or attention to movie details?
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be that. That's fucking crazy, dude. Fuck that. We ain't going with that. I don't even care about that.
Okay, disregard that.
Yeah, disregard. Well, no, keep that. That's cool that you learned something, but fuck that. Today I learned that the aftermath of a car crash that had killed 5 people, 2 similar-looking blonde girls were mistaken for one another. One girl was buried and mourned, while the other was hospitalized but unable to communicate due to her injuries. 5 weeks later, the mistake was... Oh, my God.
I read about that. It was fucked up.
What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
So... the girl that survived, all right, her parents thought she was dead.
Yep.
So they buried.
Someone
Not her.
else's
Oh
daughter.
my God,
Yep.
dude. So the parents of the dead girl, that is
Found
sad,
out that
dude.
their daughter's the one that's, yep.
That is heartbreaking.
Why are you
now,
finding some shitty ones, dude?
Because listen, dude, now that these parents are thinking like, all right, my daughter's all right. I feel bad for them. but my daughter's cool. And then it's like, nah, motherfucker, nah, homie, not motherfucker, but nah, friend, your daughter's not all right. Yeah, that was a shitty one, Chris. What the fuck? Well, I guess we'll just end on that note. This has been What the Fuck?
Weekly talk.
Weekly talk featuring who?
Danny,
Who's that?
you're a beautiful wife.
Do you think you're my beautiful wife or are you my sexy wife?
I'm gonna go with both.
Oh, you're my beautiful, sexy wife.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, y'all. This is my beautiful, sexy wife. Harold might be meowing in the background if y'all can hear that.
He's being annoying. All right.
All right, so 859-444-4641. What is that, Danny?
That is our phone number.
That is the line to Brittany Ass, because she's the only one that called. Yeah, pretty much. No, we got a lot of voicemails for that little project, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to a guy named David. I've been talking to this guy named David. He needs a friend. He needs some help. He's going through some shit, and I just want you to know, Danny and I do care, and we're trying to work to make you get you through this. So shout out to David. Email us at WTFDaveandChris at gmail.com. We already explained why Dave and Chris. With that being said, our website is what, Danny?
Shoot, come on.
Yeah, that's right. You don't know
I
it.
don't know it.
That's right. I knew it.
Mm.
W. Do you know well, you should know the first three letters of www.wtfdaveandchris.libsyn. How do you spell that?
LIBSYN.
.com. Please, guys, fuck that YouTube shit unless that's the only platform you have.
Yeah.
If YouTube is the only way you can watch it, I appreciate you. But please start using Spotify. Please start using Pandora. Start using Apple. Start using Google Play, and start using iHeartRadio. Those are the things that will get us noticed.
Mm-hmm.
And
YouTube is just kind of like drowned in there, you know? I don't know.
I mean, it's cool that we're getting all those views on YouTube, but I really would appreciate if they were on Spotify.
Right, so they're being like counted.
Yeah,
and stuff.
so like, because YouTube is not a podcast platform.
No.
I don't.
We just decided. Well, Chris decided that he was gonna put their original ones on, and
Well, no, I mean they're gonna keep going there because if that's how you listen, that's how you listen.
fair enough.
And I think we're gonna turn that channel into something one day, so we got to keep the channel active.
Yep.
Now with that said, 5-star us on everything, dude. You can follow us on everything. Like if you follow me on Twitter, it's Danny and Chris. But I think I'm gonna change that to WTFD and C. That sound good?
For our Twitter,
Yeah, for our Twitter handle.
I don't care. What is it?
Right now it's WTF Danny N, like the letter N,
Yeah.
Chris, because you can't fit and Chris because it's too long.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking WTFD and C.
I don't care. Whatever you think is right.
Or maybe WTF Danny and douche or something like that. I don't know. So no, we got that Facebook shit. You can follow us on that. Somehow people have actually been liking the Facebook like actual page, the like podcast page, but I haven't been asking people to. I haven't been promoting that shit. So that's cool to all those people. We do have that Instagram. That's available. You can go to that. I don't know what it's for. Like I said, we still haven't figured that one out. So yeah, 5-star us on Apple. Follow us on Spotify. Review us on Google Podcast and Pandora and Apple. Okay? With that being said, do you have any last words, Danny?
No, I think I'm good.
Sam, do you want to say anything?
No, but he thinks he's better than us, though.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. You want to come lick the microphone?
No, he ain't licking the microphone.
He can lick if he can lick my face, he can lick my microphone.
Oh,
All right, guys. It's been real long.
real long.
We love you. It's been fun. It's been real. Danny, you go ahead and say goodbye first so I don't cut you off.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone. It is over.